Hey guys, Eric here, back with another video. So this is a very special video. I actually had the privilege of interviewing a very smart individual. Her name is Amal. She outlines her experience with dealing with the TWC. We go in depth on how she literally was on hold all day, every day, and how she discovered Claimyr and how it helped her out. Let's get into it. Well, thank you for doing this, by the way.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, you honestly saved me a lot of time.
What did you have to go through? Like, when did it start? Did it start during the pandemic? Kind of walk me through like your whole process, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, so I've been unemployed before, like years ago, and getting through to an actual agent was a lot easier, I'd say, like in 2014. And then as a bunch of people, I was laid off too during the pandemic. So between March and like June was me trying to get a hold of somebody. Either I was on hold for, I think I mentioned to you, 6 or 7 hours at one point, and then I was cut off. Yeah, it was, and that was almost a daily thing. I would just like have it going on speaker on my phone as I just ran errands, and I just had like a little earbud in my, hoping someone would at some point answer, but it just didn't happen. And I understand that they were not prepared for the amount of calls, but
Right.
It was nonsense. And so I actually, in the beginning of the pandemic, when I couldn't get a hold of anyone, I went online and I just started searching forums on Reddit. And someone said to call your congressman, which I did. And it's crazy that that worked, but it's never worked again. It worked one time, once.
So did somebody actually answer, or did you like speak? Like, did you have to leave a message? How did that work?
Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, I left a message because it was like 7 p.m. after waiting the 7. I think I still have the call log. It says it was like 7 hours and like 14 minutes. And what was so infuriating was that the call was dropped. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, it was.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was the worst. Yeah, I emailed a congressman literally the next morning. I guess his assistant or someone called me back and like expedited everything, which was great. But that's never happened again because I'm pretty sure other people found that forum on Reddit that said to do the same thing. So literally a day later, there was just no way to get through. But otherwise, yeah, for a couple months, I was literally just using my phone and keeping it on speaker.
Literally like every day?
Every single day for the first 3 months of the pandemic. Because it's when I was laid off and I needed money, who's going to pay for this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. That's crazy. Do you have a ballpark of like how many times you probably called?
I do. I actually wrote this down. So I called 584 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So out of the 584 times, like how often was the call dropped, or like how often did you actually get through?
Twice.
Twice?
Twice. That's it.
That's insane.
And the second time was somebody telling me, "Oh, I see what you're saying. I need to transfer you to a different department." And then that was an extra 3 hours, and then no one answered, and I almost had like a freaking breakdown. There was just no way at the time that I could hang up. I would have waited forever if I had to. Not that I wanted to, but I had to.
Wow, I mean, that's insane. So like literally every single day, hours at a time. Like not even hours, literally like a work day.
More than that. If anything, it was a great. Wow. If I was getting paid overtime to make calls, it would have been great. But yeah, I just after June, I just kind of gave up.
I mean, it's exhausting hearing about it.
I'm surprised I'm still sane. Like, to be honest, I really am. Like, it's insane that I had to call that many times. And I know, again, that they didn't have the infrastructure in place for that kind of volume, but they should have had something at least to the point where we didn't have to call almost 600 times,
Seriously, yeah. What I do on my channel is basically try to highlight some of the things that, obviously like people calling 584 times, like that can't happen, and like how we can make it better. And also try to help people kind of like you who are in a situation with their claim, just to try to bring light to it. So I thank you again for doing this. Were the results like those 2 times when you finally actually spoke with a person?
Nothing was done. If anything, I was always the 2 times, not always, I'm gonna say the 2 times. I had somebody come online and they just didn't know the answers. It was kind of like, I hear them typing and everything, but they're like, oh, let me put you on hold. Let me put you on hold. And they put me on hold 5-10 minutes at a time. And I'm like, gosh, like not even the staff is prepped for this. So it honestly, it led to nothing. It led to absolutely nothing. I didn't know there was a tier 2 agent until you told me about that. I didn't know there were tiers. I just assumed that, everyone was on the same level at some point because I just got the same competent person or persons.
So yeah, like tier 2 agents are extremely difficult to get a hold of because they're the people who can actually help. So do you feel like you still need clarification on the claim? Like where is it exactly at this stage?
So I reached someone very quickly, by the way, from your service. It was insane. I was like, I'm sure this is not real. And you guys were giving away a free week, I think. And then I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Might as well click call. And if anything, I'll just get spammed more like the rest of us do.
or just get a YouTube interview out of it.
Right. But literally, I got a call back within 5 minutes. And I was like, I was happy, but at the same time, I was pissed off. I was like, wow, where were you guys like 9 months ago?
Right.
I thought it was a scam too. I gave away my number from the call now. I was like, whatever, if anything, again, scam likely, whatever we get on our phones, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But literally, I got someone who actually was knowledgeable and he didn't transfer me anywhere, which was great. I mean, it obviously like the information I was giving was not ideal for me personally, but at least I had someone and he knew my account and he got in and I was not put on hold and you just kind of walked me through everything. And I was like, okay, you know what? Even though it didn't work ideally for me, I got the answers within like 10 minutes instead of 7+ hours, 584 times. And it's this came in at the right time because usually I do everything online from the Texasunemployment website. But now when you click their link, it just says you have to call us. That wasn't there before. And I was like, oh, great. Like, that's not what I want to do right now. And that's literally why I was on hold when I Googled what's a good number or how to get a live agents for Texas Unemployment. And that's when I found Reddit. And then also you guys just happen to show up randomly, organically, which, by the way, nice job. Nice job, for sure. Nice job. I would have never found you otherwise. And I think you were on the second page. That was great.
So as far as like, you didn't get the news you wanted.
I was told that because my claim started in February of 2021, that it can't end until February of 2022, which is fine. I get it. It's a year. But they won't disperse any more funds.
Can't update it either, obviously, right?
Nothing. She just kept saying, unfortunately this and unfortunately that. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? And she's like, unfortunately, I don't know. I'm like, enough with this unfortunately stuff. So because it was like, it's a year claim. I can't file a new one, but there's also money in the account that they won't touch. That I don't get. I don't understand that. There's like $6,000 left. And I was getting around like $450 a week-ish. A week. And there's still $6,000 left, but they're like, yeah, but we can't touch it. Again, like, even though that things didn't go my way with the call, just taking the wait time out was just, it was nice. It was really nice. It was something like, I've never been more grateful to randomly stumble upon a link on Google ever.
When people actually have that like magical moment of like, holy shit, this unemployment office is actually calling me. The people I've been trying to.
There was a person. There was like a person. And he already had my account pulled up because my number was associated with it. So I was like, oh, great. Like, and with a name like mine, it's hard to kind of communicate that. So it was great that he already had that information up. So but I don't know how you guys did that. I really don't. I was like, I just happened upon a link. It said there was a free week, and I was like, I don't know what that means, but here's my number. If someone calls me, great. If not, just spam me like the rest of the world. But 5 minutes later, I had a guy online. He's like, "Hi, is this Miss Dola?" And I was like, "Oh." That's crazy. So
Nice. Wrapping it up here, the last thing, like, what would you say to anybody who thinks like we're a scam?
listen, man, I'm in digital marketing, so I'm the person who puts out sponsored content, ads, everything, PPC, anything you see on Google for ads or Facebook, that's me. So if anyone is skeptical, it's me, because I'm that person who follows people around with ads. But I mean, it's real. Like, it's real. Like, it's crazy that I waited as long as 7+ hours, and then I found you guys, and literally 5 minutes later, I had a person. And again, yeah, you're right. They called me. They called me. So that was crazy to me. So this is very real. This is incredibly real. I cannot believe it worked. I'm still like wowed myself a couple days later. And it's not really about the outcome I had. It's about that the service that you guys promised is legit. Like, it worked. So
Sweet.
saved me a lot of time my day. So.
Definitely. Well, thank you. Guys, there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in this type of content, let me know in the comments. Also, if you potentially would like to be interviewed and share your story on this channel, I would love to hear it. My email is in the description of this video, or hit me up in the comments. Now, as we alluded to in the video, Claimyr is giving away free calls until next Monday, November 8th. If you have not yet taken advantage of that and you need to speak with an actual person at the TWC or your state's unemployment office, get on that. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, like it and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one.